Imagine this, a small, self-declared independent country in the Horn of Africa, Somaliland. It's been operating as a de facto independent state for over 30 years, yet the world hasn't officially recognized it. Now, fast forward to a powerful political figure, former President Donald Trump. Could he change the game and finally recognize Somaliland's independence? What if this isn't just about politics, but also about positioning the United States in one of the most strategically important regions in the world? Stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal could change the future of global geopolitics in ways you didn't expect. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating geopolitical questions that has been flying under the radar. Could former US President Donald Trump recognize Somaliland as an independent state? And if so, what does it mean for the region, the United States, and the entire world? Buckle up, because the story we're about to unpack has so many twists and turns, you won't believe what's really going on. Now, for those who might not know, let's quickly break down what Somaliland is. In 1991, following the collapse of Somalia's central government, Somaliland declared independence. The country has been running its own affairs since then, everything from elections to security to foreign policy. But here's the kicker. No country in the world has officially recognized it as an independent state. So why should the US care about this small, unrecognized country? Well, that's where the plot thickens.
Mr. President, I don't want to put you on the spot here because it's a very strategic time for Somaliland. Some would not want to be on the radar of President Trump, especially allies with tariffs, and I want to address that with the chairman in the next question. But this new administration is talking about recognition for Somaliland, and I'm curious what strings are attached. What do you need to provide to the U.S. administration? But I think the Trump administration sees exactly what DP World and the UAE sees here in terms of its positioning, the military capabilities, the access into the seas without disruption of the Gulf of Aden. What's on the table here, if you can share where we are today with global recognition for statehood?
Here's where things get interesting. Somaliland is strategically located along the Red Sea, close to the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, one of the most crucial shipping routes in the world. This is not just a maritime passage. It's a geopolitical choke point that affects global trade. If the US were to officially recognize Somaliland, it could open the door for military bases or logistics operations right on the doorstep of one of the world's most important maritime routes. Now keep in mind, Somalia, its neighbor, has been struggling with political instability and security issues for decades. On the other hand, Somaliland has been relatively stable, running its own democratic elections. For the United States, that's a pretty attractive proposition. Now let's talk about something that could make this whole situation a reality. Project 2025. This isn't just some theoretical idea, it's a real plan for the future of US foreign policy under Trump, should he decide to run again in 2024. One of the key components of this project is repositioning the US strategically to counter China's growing influence in Africa and the Middle East. Somaliland fits perfectly into this vision. By recognizing its independence, the US could set up military and strategic positions in the region, countering China's growing presence in neighboring Djibouti. It's a chess move. Move a few pieces in the Horn of Africa, and you could tip the balance of power in the entire region. But it's not just about military strategy. There's something else that makes Somaliland stand out. It's democracy. Yes, you heard that right. Somaliland has held multiple free and fair elections since its declaration of independence. In fact, in November 2024, they just held another election, and the process went off smoothly, with over 50% voter turnout and a peaceful transition of power. Now think about that for a second. In a region where many governments struggle with corruption, instability, and violence, Somaliland's democratic success is something that might catch the eye of US policymakers. This is a country that could serve as a model of governance, especially compared to Somalia, which has faced decades of conflict. But, and this is a big but, there's a catch.
Well, regarding